Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about this video that is going viral. I would have loved to play it on my channel, but I'm sorry, I do not like the copyright strikes, and I do not like to argue about who has the right, and I don't like all those kind of stress on my channel. So I'm just going to summarize the video, and I beg you, I think in your interest, it is best for you to watch it, because I think I would be downplaying it by narrating it, but I'm still going to narrate it. All right, so this lady said she didn't want to end up with a black man. And the reason she gave was because she wants her kids to end up with light-skinned and the flowy hair. I mean, the guy even went as far as asking her, even the black American man, and she said, no, she's not interested. I could see the pain in his face because, shocker, you know. However, what caught my interest was the conversation in the comments, how people were dragging this lady. And even one of the other guests asked her, could it be that you hate yourself? That is why you feel this way. And she said, no, that it is just her preference. Well, that's the best I can do summarizing it. But getting to my point in this video, for me, when I watched it, I didn't feel anything simply because I am that black woman who has come to the reality of what it is in this world. I feel like black women are those group of people that everybody puts on this pedestal. You know, I'm not even sure if putting on the pedestal is the right word, but I think everybody has this expectation from us. This, you know, like we should continue to give and give and give, and then you get nothing in return. And when I mean black, I'm not talking about just any black, okay? I feel like generally we all have the same issues, but when we now talk about another level to it, which is the dark-skinned black women, there is a different kind of problem that we go through that nobody talks about. So, for example, in Africa, you're most likely going to find, or you're most likely going to find a light-skinned woman, especially a biracial woman, who is just wealthy just for existing. Men are just throwing money at her just for being light-skinned. Check most people, even our president's son is married to a foreigner. And you know what's crazy? Every time people make these decisions, it all goes down to preference. It all goes down to, if you ask an average African person to define beautiful, it's light-skinned, fair-skinned. That is what's beautiful. It's no surprise that 77% of Nigerians are bleaching, according to statistics. It's no surprise that we heavily depend on wigs to live our lives. And I am not saying that there's anything wrong with these things. I am only just saying that these are products of the reality that we have to face in Africa. And so when this lady says that she wants to marry, at least thank God she's not bleaching. Thank God she's not bleaching, right? But when she now says that she doesn't want her kids to come out like her, I do not think it's a product of self-hate. I think it is survival. People like to, you know, quote history and talk about a lot of things when a black person makes up their mind about what they want for themselves and their future goals. But nobody talks about how within ourselves as black people globally, I'm talking about blackness as a race, not blackness as a community in America, blackness as a race, how globally we treat ourselves like shit just for existing. When you have opportunities, I'm going to give you an example. When I used to model, there was this company that would not hire dark-skinned people. I'm going to describe the company. This company used to make soap and used to make the stuff, antiseptic, that we put in water when we were small. Anybody who worked with the makers of that product will tell you that they never used to use dark-skinned girls. Even telecommunications, the company that used dark-skinned models all the time was Etisalat, and Etisalat, as we all know, is owned by a UAE firm. So if he has to take other people to appreciate us, and I'm not saying that, oh, they like us or anything. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm only saying that most of the time you will see that your blackness would sell for you in other climes than even in Africa, because in Africa, the definition of beautiful is light-skinned. So as a dark-skinned woman who has, I've looked at myself in the mirror and I've come to realize my kids can have it easier. Why do you think, as a rational thinking person, I would want to bring people who look like me in this world when I see what's going on around, when I see how we treat ourselves? I mean, if you look at everything from governance to the bottom, it's a reflection of self-hate from the top to the bottom. So why do you think anybody would want to have somebody who looks like them? So instead of going about accusing people of self-hate when they tell you the things that they do not want, I think it's high time we started showing ourselves compassion by asking them what prompted this thinking. Because from the way she was answering, I could see a little bit of defensiveness. I could see that, that defensiveness that comes from nonchalance because you're just over it and you don't care at this point. So I could see it. And then when she used the word preference, I felt that deeply because a lot of Black people make ambiguous decisions when it comes to partners, when it comes to transferring of wealth, when it comes to, and then they call it preference. So if you can have preference when it comes to romantic relationships, why can't you have preference on who our next generation would be like? Why can't she? So I just feel like it's high time that as a race, we have to start becoming honest. Like, be honest. Don't go about asking for love, asking for people to like you when you really don't like yourself. And don't even tell me, oh, how do I know we don't like ourselves? Come on, look at our continent. Look at the way our leaders treat us like peasants, like beggars. I don't even know whether they and the colonial masters, which ones are even better at this point. But just look at them. Ask yourself, how did your sister-in-law speak to you yesterday? Your mother-in-law, your husband, like, look at it, So let me know what you think in the comment section as usual. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And if you're always here to support me, thank you for stopping by. And if you are new, thank you for stopping by. And don't forget to join the family by subscribing. Bye. See you.